Today I want to share a story about 17 inches. 17 inches that will change your perspective on a lot of things in your life. Welcome back, Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. I want to share a story that Tammy Matheny posted in one of our Facebook groups last week. It's a story from Ken Cohen, and it's something that we can all listen to and take the message into our lives. No matter who you are, what you do, this is an important story to listen to. But first of all, it is Monday, same thing we do every Monday. What do you need to do this week so that on Friday that you can look back and say it's been a successful week and you're closer to your bigger goals? I want to help you hold yourself accountable to those things. So if you're listening or watching this on social media, leave me a comment or send me a DM. Let me help hold you accountable to those things. Or send me an email at jeff@jeffhaggie.com. Now, if you're new here, thanks for joining us. If you don't have clearly defined written out goals, go to jeffhaggie.com/goals. You can go through my free goal setting program to get those things established so that you can start setting out the path on how you're going to achieve those. Then on Friday, we'll look back and talk about where you're at with things. All right, this is a great story that I want to share with you, and I know there's a great message in it that we can all learn from. It says, 20 years ago in Nashville, Tennessee, during the first week of January 1996, more than 4,000 baseball coaches descended upon the Opryland Hotel for the 52nd annual ABCA's convention. While I waited in line to register with the hotel staff, I heard other veteran coaches rumbling about the lineup of speakers scheduled to present that weekend. The one name kept resurfacing, always with the same sentiment. John Scolinos is here? Oh man, worth every penny of my airfare. Who's John Scolinos, I wondered. No matter, I was just happy to be there. In 1996, John Scolinos was 78 years old and 5 years retired from his college coaching career that began in 1948. He shuffled onto the stage with an impressive standing ovation, wearing dark polyester pants, a light blue shirt, and a string around his neck from which hung a home plate. A full-size, stark white home plate. Seriously, I wondered, who is this guy? After speaking for 25 minutes, not once mentioning the prop hanging around his neck, Coach Scolinos appeared to notice the snickering among some of the coaches. Even those who knew Coach Scolinos had to wonder exactly where he was going with this, or if he had simply forgotten about the home plate since he had gotten on stage. Then finally, "You're probably wondering why I'm wearing a home plate around my neck," he said, acknowledging the possibility that maybe he had forgotten. "I may be old, but I'm not crazy. The reason I stand before you today is to share with you baseball people what I've learned in my life and what I've learned about home plate in my 78 years. Several hands shot up as Scolinos asked, "How many Little League coaches are in the room? Do you know how wide home plate is in Little League?" After a pause, someone offered, 17 inches? More of a question than an answer. Yes, 17 inches. How about in Babe Ruth's day? Any Babe Ruth coaches in the house? Another long pause. 17 inches, a guess came from another reluctant coach. "That's right," said Scolinos. "Now, how many high school coaches do we have in the house?" Hundreds of hands shot up as the pattern began to appear. "How wide is home plate in high school baseball?" 17 inches, they said, sounding more confident. "You're right," Scolinos barked. "And you college coaches, how wide is home plate in college?" 17 inches, we said in unison. "And are any minor league coaches here? How wide is home plate in the Pro Bowl?" 17 inches. "Right, and in major leagues, how wide is home plate in major league?" 17 inches. 17 inches, he confirmed, his voice bellowing off the walls. "And what do we do with a big league pitcher who can't throw a ball over 17 inches? They send him to Pocatello," he hollered, drawing raucous laughter. "What they don't do is this. They don't say, 'That's okay, Jimmy. If you can't hit a 17-inch target, we'll make it 18 inches, or maybe 19. We'll make it 20 inches so that it's even a better chance of hitting it. If you can't hit that, let us know and we can still make it 25 inches. Coaches, what do we do when our best player shows up late to practice? Or when our team rules forbid facial hair and a guy shows up unshaven? What if he gets caught drinking? Do we hold him accountable, or do we change the rules to fit him? Do we widen home plate? The chuckles gradually faded as 4,000 coaches grew quiet. The fog lifting off the old coach's message began to unfold. He turned the plate towards himself and using a Sharpie began to draw something. When he turned it towards the crowd, point up, a house was revealed, complete with a freshly drawn door and 2 windows. This is the problem in our homes today. With our marriages, with the way we parent our kids, with discipline, we don't teach accountability to our kids, and there's no consequence for failing to meet standards. We just widen the plate. Then, to the point at the top of the house, he added a small American flag. This is the problem in our schools today. The quality of our education is going downhill fast, and teachers have been stripped of the tools they need to be successful and to educate and discipline our young people. We are allowing others to widen home plate. Where's that getting us? He replaced the flag with a cross, and this is the problem in our church, where powerful people in positions of authority have taken advantage of young children, only to have the atrocity swept under the rug for years. Our church leaders are widening home plate for themselves, and we allow it. And the same is true for our government. Our so-called representatives make rules for us that don't apply to them. They take bribes from lobbyists in foreign countries. They no longer serve us, and we allow them to widen the plate. We see our country fallen in the dark abyss while we just watch. I was amazed. At a baseball convention where I expected to learn something about curveballs and bunting and how to run better practices, I had learned something far more valuable. From an old man with a home plate strung around his neck, I learned something about life, about myself, about my weaknesses, and about my responsibilities as a leader. I had to hold myself and others accountable to that which I knew to be right, lest our families, our faith, and our society continue down an undesirable path. If I am lucky, Coach Scolinos concluded, you will remember one thing from this old coach today. It is this: if we fail to hold ourselves to a higher standard, a standard of what we know to be right, if we fail to hold our spouses and our children to the same standards, if we are unwilling or unable to provide a consequence when they do not meet that standard, and if our schools and churches and our government fail to hold themselves accountable to those they serve, there is but one thing to look forward to. With that, he held home plate in front of his chest, turned it around, and revealed its dark black backside. We have dark days ahead. Don't widen home plate. Thanks for being with me. I'll be back tomorrow.
Hey, athletes and parents of athletes. So much time, money, and effort is put into the physical aspect of your sport to become the best you can be. But the mental game, it's often neglected, and it's just as important as the physical game. In fact, it's usually the differentiator between the good and the great athletes. Come and join me in the Confident Athlete program where you'll learn to control your confidence, develop a powerful mindset, and unlock your full potential. Go to jeffheggie.com/confidentathlete to find out more. I look forward to seeing you there.